Live from Mickey Barber Gym on the campus of Catholic Central High School here in Steubenville, Ohio. It's the High Valley Sports Online, opening up the boys basketball season as the Toronto Red Knights invade the blue and gold Catholic Central Crusaders. Welcome everybody, this is Ray Suckarts along with Jimmy DiCarlo and Danny Vogel, spinning the dials for us, bringing you the best in high school basketball. Talking about the Crusaders, who finished the year last year at 19-4. Coach Don Ogden, very optimistic on this season. Finished the season strong last year after opening up 1-8. Go on the 7-game winning streak. Returned seniors Daniel Boaster and Evan Long. Newfound Caesar Ryan Hickey, the younger brother of the two Hickey brothers that played for the Barons, second all-time leading scorer, scored and joined Tommy Purgie, Benji Rook, Camden Bradley. Lost to graduation, and a big loss was Andrew Dorsey, the heart and soul of the team last year, as well as Ben Urbancic. Got a seasoned group tonight, meaning that they've been playing since they were freshmen, and they're going to face a seasoned Toronto team coached by Sean Tucker, 12-11, also high hopes on the season. They returned everybody, the 5 starters, all seniors: Nolan Carafa, Cam Baker, Nolan Dickinson, Blake Close, and Caden Benton. Tanner Ensel will play as well. It's an experienced group, just continue to play as younger guys. Both of these teams coming into their team looking for high hopes because they are veterans. Really interested to see the Crusaders. We've been watching them for 4 years now. Both teams have high expectations. One thing we learned last night, Jimmy, the new rule, 5 foul shots per quarter, no more 1-and-1. When you shoot on the 5th foul, you shoot 2, as well as the seedings this year will be based on computers. Both interesting thoughts to me.
Yeah, Sean Tucker said he upped his schedule a little bit. I'm sure Catholic Central did, to help with those computer rankings at the end of the year. Last year, neither team made the OVAC, and like you said, both looking for high hopes to get back into the OVAC this year. Last year, Central got ousted with a very talented Malvern team in the first game of the sectional, 62-33. Toronto ended up losing out in the first game of the sectional to Monroe Central, 71-63. Both teams started slowly but came on strong, and both teams dealt with some injuries last year, especially Toronto. And I know they're both looking for big-time things. Jam-packed crowd here tonight, a lot of energy, everybody excited about the games.
Absolutely. Glad to be here, High Valley Sports Online. This broadcast, as well as every other broadcast that we bring to you, is sponsored by Commissioner Eric Timmons, State Farm Agent Cassie Johnson, First Westminster Presbyterian Church, M&M Hardware, Water Transport, Lancia Villa Royale, The Friendly Tavern, Viking Social Poker Club, Rawson's Mulch and More, Tudor's Biscuit World, Economy Lawn Care, Stickles Law Offices, Total Sports Connection, Franciscan University of Steubenville, Hood's Pharmacy, Wintersville Trophy Shop, Anthony Mining Company, Mario's Italian Restaurant, Ohio Motor Group, Main Street Bank, Capital Recovery System, Steubenville Country Club, Apollo Restoration, Attorney Adam Martello, Dr. John Figgle, Fort Steuben Maintenance, Naples Spaghetti House, Route 22 Sports Bar, Valley Converting, The Rink at Franciscan Square, Toronto Lanes, Barrel Ford and Toyota, Signs Limited, Corey Winget, Baird Wealth Management, Berryman Chemicals, Uncle Johnny Delivers, Electric, oh, it's electric, Edge Sports, Cedar One Realty, Best Western at Franciscan Square, IBEW Local 246, Marcino Enterprises, Steve's Fish and Chips, Trinity Health Systems, Hauser's Furniture, Josephine's Carryout, Mingo Junction, Yetz Family Foundation, TS Electric, National Colloid Company, Poe Financial Services, Crazy Mexican Restaurant. Nice crowd here at Mickey Barber Gym. I recognize one of the referees to be my buddy Don Giffen. Toronto wins the JV game. But, Jimmy, I'll tell you something. Looking forward to seeing both of these teams because they both got high hopes. And why not? It's the opener. We got to see a good one last night.
Jimmy K, one of the great officials in the Valley,
Absolutely,
Ray.
my man KY, he's the best. Even though he is a holy name cathedral guy. But, you know, it's still all good, man.
This high school event is brought to you by 8.
Couple high school football scores since we're still in the football season, too. State final today, Kirkland beat Versailles 32-15. Believe it or not, Kirkland has won 85 of their last 88 games they played. And Toledo Central defeated Watterson 27-7. There is a third game tonight. We'll try to keep you abreast of that score, too.
Massillon wins their first state championship playoff time since 1972.
Weird score, huh? 7-2.
7-2. I tell you, a defensive game. You got to think that a big game like that is going to be more scoring. I want to remind everybody that tonight's pregame here is brought to you by Corey Winget, Baird Wealth Management. We're going to be right back to talk a little bit more about the game after these quick messages. Good luck, Coach.
This broadcast is brought to you by Corey Winget, financial advisor and a partner of the RWN Group at Baird, Private Wealth Management located at 200 Stanton Boulevard, Suite 40, Steubenville. Call Corey Winget at 740-2825024, a proud supporter of Ohio Valley student athletes and Ohio Valley Sports Online. Looking for a crazy good time? Come to the Crazy Mexican Restaurant in Weirton. Our menu is packed with delicious Mexican dishes that will make your taste buds dance, from sizzling fajitas to cheesy quesadillas. We've got something for everyone, and don't forget to try one of our famous margaritas. So come on down to Crazy Mexican Restaurant in Weirton. We can't wait to see you, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
All right, we're back here at Mickey Barber Gym. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Cedar One Realty, our good buddy Joe Lucchino out there. I want to thank all our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have an opportunity to bring as much energy we can to these kids. For the visiting Red Knights, kids that we've seen, very familiar names, we're excited to do it. At one guard, Nolan Dickinson. At the other guard, Noah Carafa. Number 3s and 4s. Inside, Cameron Baker, number 5. Going to give him a little bit of quickness. Taylor Ensel gets a starting nod tonight at number 20, as well as Caden Benton, the big guy, number 33 inside. All those players that you're familiar with all played football at Toronto. These kids are playing 2 and 3 sports. But as well as you look on the other half, Jimmy, at the Crusaders starting lineup, sponsored by Cedar One, as we mentioned. Very veteran team. By that I mean we've been seeing them since they were freshmen. At guard, number 1, Evan Long. At the other guard, Benji Rook. Both these guys have been playing since they were freshmen. One forward, Daniel Boaster, number 12, who's looking for big things from him, as well as number 14, Tommy Purgie, the other forward, going to break out. Tommy Purgie, he got to be ready to have a big year. And the guy I'm looking forward to seeing in the middle, Camden Bradley, their big man up from the JV team last year, made some solid contributions. And they got an interesting transfer in from Cleveland, Ryan Hickey. You know that name from his 2 brothers that were big scorers for the Barons in the past year. They're Franciscan University of Steubenville people. Looking forward to seeing them. Jimmy, should be a good one.
Really should be. Hopefully it'll be as good as last night's game, Ray. Central mostly made up of all juniors and seniors. You take your lumps maybe a little bit playing these freshmen early on, and now it's time to pay dividends. Ditto for Toronto. They're made up with mostly seniors and sophomores. We got a couple injuries from the football season. Russ Dickinson, a junior, is out, and as is Chase Heckathorn, a sophomore forward, is also out. So I think we're going to have the national anthem here. Dan, do we need to take a break? Okay, so we are going to take a break and come right back.
All right, we're back here at Mickey Barber Gym. Jimmy, I tell you, Two things I love to see every time we come to this gymnasium. Right next to Old Glory, the big banner, the 1971 undefeated, untied Catholic Central Crusaders AA State Football Championships of 1971.
And I humbly say one of the best teams the Valley has ever seen, Raymond.
Absolutely, brother, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. But the other one is 92 years young, Leo Lanigan, who's a joy to see every time. Very disappointed, as I'm sure he is, that there's no more 50-50 out here in Central.
Big supporter of the Crusaders. Got a few softball banners up there too, Ray, when I was here 3 years in a row up there as I can see them. So don't forget to put a little plug for girls softball too, right?
Hey, I'm all for girls softball. You guys never beat my Big Red whenever Carly was there, though.
Daughter was a good player. I wasn't coaching here then, though. Remember that. Okay.
Who was that coach? Jackie?
I don't remember who had it back then. It could have been Jackie. Could have been Antonone. They both had good years over here. Of course, Steubenville did last year, but the Crusaders, a little bit undersized compared to Toronto's big Camden Benton inside. So let's see if he can keep him off the boards. Central, nice outside shooter. So can Toronto stop the outside shooting game of the Crusaders? And can they keep Benton from dominating inside for Toronto?
We'll get ready to go here to Eric Timmons, Commissioner Eric Timmons tip-off. I recognize two referees. Tommy Orr right here in front of us. He's from Cambridge. Donnie Giffin's going to throw the ball up. He's from St. Clairsville. We're ready to go. Commissioner Eric Timmons tip-off. Tommy Purgie against Benton. Toronto gets the tip.
Toronto's got it. Carafa over to Ensel. On top, Dickinson. Over to Carafa, between his legs. Going one-on-one. Crusaders trying to stop Benton inside. Gets his own rebound. Got blocked inside and out of bounds. Going to the Crusaders.
Jimmy, I'm going to tell you something. I mentioned it last year, and how many times have you seen Catholic Central play man-to-man defense?
None.
Don Ogden believes in his team. He thinks his team can defend. I'm glad to see it.
Yep. Toronto in man-to-man, tight man-to-man. Driving is Rook. Over to number 22, Bradley.
Oh, Bolster,
no
big
Bolster
rebound.
with a big rebound. Rook on top. Over to Long. In the corner to Bolster. Purgie on top. Cross court to Rook, three-pointer, swish, bang.
That was Evan Long.
Long,
Electric, it's electric first three-pointer made. Evan Long, 3-0 Crusaders.
One instead of two, the Crusaders man-to-man. Benton out top. Over to number 5.
Baker. Benton went strong inside. He's going to get fouled by either Bradley or Tommy Purgie. But you know what, Jimmy? You got to love that. You got to love it when your man goes to the hole strong. They're giving that foul to Camden Bradley. That's one on him, one team foul.
Out of bounds play. Nothing there. We've got Carafa on top. Over to Benton coming to help. Cross court to number 20, Ensel. Back on top to Carafa, dribbling. Little pick and roll.
Baker.
Three. Good looking shot, no good. Purgie with a rebound for the Crusaders, pushing it up the floor. Rook's open for a three, but we got a steal by Toronto. Carafa hits it away. 3-on-1, nice play.
Wow, who was that?
Number 12, Bolster,
Daniel
diving.
Bolster, what an effort he shows. Almost clipped him, I'll tell you that, Jimmy.
Toronto had to break. I think it was a good no call there, too. A little bit of contact. Crusaders manning up.
Carafa's going to score for them. Dickinson, good players.
Dickinson driving. There he got a steal by Rook. Going coast to coast. He's got an angle, and he lays it up and in. 5-0 Crusaders at the 6-minute mark. Both teams pushing the ball up the floor. Baker with a long three, but short. Rebound to Ensel. Ensel back on top to Carafa. Picked by Benton. Nice defense by Long. Benton trying to spin move. And a little two-footer, no good. Pergy with a rebound. So Toronto has some good shots, just can't get it to drop. Rook between the legs on top. Pergy with a screen. Inside, back to Pergy.
Tommy Pergy got to assert himself, Jimmy.
Good ball movement by the Crusaders against this man-to-man defense. Lot of nice picks and rolls. Bolster on top. He's got a lane down the middle. Tries to throw it. Maybe one pass too many. Coming right at us, Ray. Out of bounds. Turnover, Crusaders.
Donnie Gifford, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. All right, man, we got Jimmy. I'll tell you, very impressed the way Benton's been attacking the basket. Hasn't scored though.
On top, Hensel, man-to-man Crusaders. Nice screen, and off that time by Dickinson. Ice cold is Toronto here on the away court. Bradley stops, gets double teamed inside to Pergy to the hole. Might be a little contact, no foul. Rook with a follow-up. 7-0. Toronto may need a timeout here, Ray. Carafa bringing the ball up versus man-to-man. Over to Dickinson. Open but too long for a three. Good defense by Bolster. Crusaders in a hawking man-to-man. They played a lot of zone at times last year. Benton trying to drive one-on-one on Bradley. Nice spin move, but he might have walked.
Jimmy, he is really, really trying to assert himself, and Bradley is hanging tough inside.
Bradley doing a good job at the bigger Benton. No subs so far. Each team with a starting five, halfway almost through the first quarter. Long with a three. Ill-advised, but a foul, I think. 3 shots.
First quarter, I'm sorry, Jimmy. First quarter brought to you by Toronto Lanes. Want to thank our good buddy Joe Leapon up there. Toronto Lanes, we appreciate it, Joey.
So the Crusaders up 7-0.
Foul on Carafa, right?
Yeah.
His first, team first.
3 shots, he makes the first one. He was well guarded, but got hit after the ball got released, it looked like. Second one, no good. 8-0 Crusaders. 1 shot left. Flips, no good. Bradley with a nice offensive rebound, and we got a foul that time. I think it's going to be on Baker. It is on Baker, Ray. So the Crusaders doing a good job on the boards on both ends. 8-0 Central early on here, middle of the first quarter. Backcourt into Long. Make sure he doesn't touch it in the front court. One-on-one with Carafa. Over to Pergy. To Rook. Screened by Pergy. Nice switch by the Red Knights. Over to Bolster. Drives. Got a lane, but Benton is up in the air, and he commits a foul. So the Crusaders are attacking the buckets.
Absolutely. I love what they're doing. Fouls on Benton, right? That's going to be the third of this quarter.
And again, we talked about, Ray, the 5th one in this quarter, if he would get the 5, would be a 2-shot foul. Bolster up and in.
Love what the Crusaders are doing, man. They are moving the ball offensively. Move yourself and move the ball. That's what the Crusaders are doing, and they're attacking the basket.
Hickey in the game, and Bolster makes it 10-0, and Toronto's going to take a timeout. So with the Crusaders up 10-0 halfway through the first, we'll be back after this break.
Are you looking for a fun and exciting way to spend your evenings? Look no further than the Viking Social Poker Club. We're the Ohio Valley's premier poker club, and we're open to the public every day. Come join us for our weekly tournament every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for just $45. You'll get 30,000 chips to start with, and the chance to win big. And don't keep this a secret. Let your friends know about the fun. So what are you waiting for? Come on down to the Viking Social Poker Club in Steubenville and see what all the fuss is about. We can't wait to see you there.
We're back here. 4:02 to go in this first quarter, sponsored by Toronto Lanes. Really like what the Crusaders are doing. Toronto's just not making any shots, Jimmy.
Right, Hickey in for Long. Central still in a man-to-man. Toronto got a wide open shot there, and in and out by Carafa. Rebound Crusaders. Bolster looking to push. Takes a shot at the top of the key for
Bingo!
3. Bang!
Electric, oh, it's electric. 3 ball, that's what Daniel Bolster does. He lets it fly when he gets his rhythm.
13-0. There's a nice drive this time by Toronto, and number 5 Baker gets fouled. I think it's Purgie. Let's see. Bolster was there too. It is Purgie. In for Toronto comes Blake Close, a senior, or will be coming in. 2 shots. See if the Red Knights can get on the board. What a start for the Crusaders. Still ice cold. Couple subs for Central. Number 21, Andrew Rhodey, a sophomore, in. And number
Evan Long comes back in the lineup.
Number 1, Long back in.
I think Central can go about 7 deep. Baker breaks the ice. I think Central can go 7 deep comfortably.
13-1, the Crusaders. There's a nice play by Carampa, nice dive, and it goes off of the Crusaders, and that's off a long turnover back to Toronto. Nice kick out, good hands. 21 Close takes it out, throws it into Baker. Baker guarded by Long. Over to Close, he's driving. Short little jumper, short, good defense by the Crusaders in their man-to-man. All shots have been pretty well contested. Bolster double-teamed. Got a wide open Hickey in the corner, no good, but an offensive rebound back up, no good by the Crusaders.
Rhodey got to make that. Rhodey had a good look on that rebound. You got to put that back in there.
Got to go up strong there.
Hickey's first shot, interesting to see if they could score without Daniel Bolster in the lineup.
Oh,
there's a score
Rook,
right there.
Wide open around the rim and out, but another offensive
Camden
rebound.
Bradley.
And in. The Crusaders on a roll, winning the battle of the boards. Toronto just off to a horrendous start here, down 15-1 with 2 minutes to go. You know there's going to be no quitting the Red Knights. Into the lane, and a nice running drive by Dickinson. Rolls around the rim, hangs on, and goes in. 15-3 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Both teams still in a man-to-man. Crusaders are beating Toronto on the one-on-one drive, and they're not boxing out very well. Bradley did not get boxed out that time. Got a rebound, went to put it up and in, and got fouled.
Camden Bradley being very aggressive. He came on last year. Major improvement. The big guy. Played tackle, tight end on the football team.
Bolster up and in, 16-3 as Benton returns.
That's Camden Bradley makes that nice smooth shot.
Bolster returns for the Crusaders. Toronto needs to do a better job, Ray, of boxing out on the defensive end. No good. Baker with a rebound. Over to Carafa. Top of the point. Benton back in the game. Look for him to get involved. There he goes, one-on-one to the hole. He just goes over. Bradley tucks it. Brody gets the ball, comes coast to coast, and misses the layup.
Oh, my goodness.
And Toronto with now a breakaway opportunity. There goes Carafa into the lane. No good. Benton with a rebound. Up 2-footer. No good, but fouled that time, I think, by Hickey.
Yeah, Hickey had to foul him. He was outmatched there.
Benton running the floor. Give him credit.
Hustle, I mean, he's going strong. Kids are playing hard. A little bit what we saw last night in the first quarter of the girls' game. A lot of very inaccurate shots.
Benton up and banks it in. I don't think he planned on that one, but he'll take it. 16-4 as Purgie back into the game. So Donnie Ogden doing a lot of subbing here in the first quarter. In and out with 7 players, like you said, rotating. Benton. Little long, doesn't get the roll. Purgie with a rebound. 16-4. Hickey driving, got a lane. Back out to Bolster. 3, a little bit short. And the rebound comes to Dickinson.
Daniel's wide open. He got to make that shot, Jimmy. Central got some good shooters in Bolster and Rook.
There's a long bomb again, no good. That time from Dickinson. And Crusaders on a break, gets fouled. And is that
Ensel,
4?
that's going to be on Ensel.
5.
That's 5 on them. We're going to be shooting.
Okay, 2-shotter. There's no more 1-and-1 on the 7th in the first half.
We learned that last night, huh?
Yep. New rule this year. Can also play 6 quarters now. It used to be 5 at one time. Long up and in. 17-4 as Rook comes back in for Hickey. Long again, right down Broadway. 18-4. Carafa at the top of the key, running the show.
Crusaders very effective man-to-man defense.
Impressed. There's your back door. It was open but thrown away.
Yeah, that no-look pass, I don't like it, man. You know, he had the guy right there, Carafa, but it is what it is. Very impressed with the Crusaders at this start. 58 seconds to go, first quarter.
Wide open, Rook for three, no good. Purgy with a rebound, going up strong, block. Oh, I thought it was going to be blocked by Benton, but he got it over him somehow and scored. 20-4 Crusaders. Carafa at the top of the key. Over to Dickinson, weaving, almost a walk to Carafa, another turnover. Man, active hands for the Crusaders. Rhodes got the ball over to Long. Rook's open in the corner, but Long stops and pops, and no good. A rebound comes to number 20, Ensel for Toronto, and they'll probably play for one with 18 seconds to go in the quarter. 20-4, Toronto. Out front to Benton, holding the ball. Carafa, top of the key, down to 5. Benton with a three, a long three, no good. Not the shot maybe they wanted. And that's the end of the quarter. A great quarter for Catholic Central. A surprisingly 20-4 lead after one. We'll be back after these messages.
Health system. Inspired.
May not be time.
Serving you with distinction.
We're
back after one, 20-4. Anything on scoring there, Ray?
Well, I tell you, Jimmy, big first quarter. Evan Long, 6. Benji Rook, 4. Daniel Bolster hitting the 3 ball, got 5. Tommy Purgy, everybody contributing 2, and Bradley 3. But Bradley was strong on the boards. The whole Central team went to the boards well.
Looks like same starting lineups for both teams back in there. Long drives into Purgy. He gets bumped. That foul's going to be on Ensel.
This second quarter brought to you by our good buddy Craigie Klein, Capital Recovery Systems. Appreciate what he's doing. Crusaders with the ball out. Box set, cross screens, outlet to Rook. Going to swing it over to Bolster. See, no shot.
Rook on top, one-on-one with Carafa. Doing a good job defensively. Maybe a little bit of contact, and Carafa hit it out. Crusader ball under the bucket. Bolster to trigger in.
I'm okay with that, Jimmy. You know, playing aggressive, but like you got to stay consistent, Jimmy, throughout the game.
Purgy over to Bolster on top. Pick and roll to Purgy, beautifully done. And a foul that time by Dickinson, who thought he had all ball. Beautiful pick and roll that time with Purgy and Rook.
Well, he got him on the arm. Tommy Purgy going to shoot too. Still waiting, you know, Jimmy, we talked about confidence, man. And this Tommy Purgy's a kid that got to have a bust-out year.
He had a bust-out year in football, Raymond. Great job this year.
He sure did.
Along with
I think him and Benji Rook and Daniel Bolster, they got to be effective. Evan Long's a 4-year player as well.
Purgy misses both and hits it out of bounds on the rebound, so it goes to Toronto. So Purgy with 2 missed free throws there. And you got Rook tagging Carafa. So we're going to have Baker bringing it up one-on-one against Long.
Good move by Donnie Ogden. I always like that. Take away your ball handler immediately.
Toronto outside with Baker. One-on-one, a lot of screens. Pick and roll with Benton. Not there. Got a hold, I think, by Rook. As number 23, Grimes, is coming in the game for the first time for the Red Knights. And out goes Dickinson.
Jimmy, Toronto can't give up hope of throwing the ball inside the Benton.
Right.
Get him on the block, man. Make him go to work or get Cam Bradley in foul trouble.
Hickey in the game. Try to go inside.
Oh, good hands, Tommy Purgy.
Purgy, yep. Got a tie-up. Going to go back to Toronto, but a great job. Or no, he got a timeout.
He got the timeout, absolutely. Okay. Let's take a quick break. Great job by the Crusaders. We'll be right back.
We offer leagues for all ages and skill levels. as well as open bowling and cosmic bowling on the weekends. The atmosphere is fun and welcoming, and the prices are unbeatable. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your friends and head to Toronto Lanes today. Toronto Lanes, where the fun never stops.
Crusaders inbounds. Toronto now in a 2-2-1 press, trying to change some things up. Let's see if they go zone half court or go man off of this pressure. Looks like
Jimmy, I don't
man.
like that, Jimmy. I like, you know,
2-2-1.
Central broke that press, man. You know, you got to attack at the back end. Don't give them time to recover.
Toronto in the zone press, back to man. Bolster on top. Taking his time, beating one-on-one into the hole and in. They're beating the Toronto one-on-one on the drive.
Was that Bolster?
That was Bolster for two. Over to Baker. Back on top to Carafa, who's back in the game. Rook playing great defense. Really impressed with the Crusader defense. Baker for three. No good again. Toronto with an offensive board, but turns it over. Hickey up to Rook. Lays it in on a breakaway. 24-4.
Wow, Central looks good.
What a half. What a defensive half.
Absolutely.
We
playing
played
well.
10 minutes. Toronto's got 4 points. Over to Baker, hesitant to shoot. Benton on top. Got to get him underneath, like you said. Backdoor look was open, but hit away those active hands. Another turnover for the Crusaders. That's it. Tucker had enough. He's going to wholesale sub. Purgie in for Rook. Into Rook.
Toronto's tired, Jimmy.
Rook on top by Benton, so there's a mismatch underneath, but got kicked away that time by Baker. Benton with a little alley-oop there. Underneath scoop for two. Toronto a much-needed bucket. Let's see how many are coming in for the Red Knights, Ray. Look like a bunch.
Jimmy, I tell you, I think Toronto, it's obvious, still got their football legs. Having a lot of trouble, man. Got 5 football players on the floor. They're sucking wind. Central's playing a good game, forcing the pressure. I like everything the Crusaders are doing right now.
Well, I'm hoping I get these names, Ray. We got 5 subs. This is our first game. So Central with Rook at the point, up 24-6 by 18, heading to the 5-minute mark. Rook down, beats him into Purgie for a layup. What's happening without even getting picked, Raymond? They're just beating Toronto one-on-one, taking it to the hole and creating stuff.
A lot quicker. Rook looks good.
Let's see who we got on top. Number 15. I don't have a 15. Who do you have there, Ray, for 15? Number change.
Brody Fair.
Fair. And
22 in the corner.
And he hit it.
Michael Henry. Is that a 3-ball?
3-ball for Henry.
These are JV players.
So Rook on top.
11, Austin Buchanan. They got 5 new guys in there, 23.
Purgie inside, over to Bradley, gets bumped on the way up. Number 10, Winters is in there too. He's only a freshman for Toronto. Bradley's going to be shooting 2. So let's see, you got Bradley. I didn't have a 15. You said that's fair. Number 11 is Buchanan. 23 is Grimes. And
Toronto coming back with their 5 starters now. Camden Bradley makes his first one. Just to give his football players, I'm telling you, it's very, very obvious to me that they are just still in football shape. It's going to take a while for football players to get ready.
And I think he's also sending a message too. 27-9, up and in, 28-9. We're outside there to number 3, Dickinson. Still got Fair in the game. Still got Ensel's back in. Baker. Over to Fair.
That's Ensel.
Oh, Ensel.
You got to get him inside, Jimmy. You got to get Big Benton inside. Yeah. Dickinson.
Nice screen. Dickinson long, just can't buy one. Benton keeps it alive, but on the ground.
Rhodey.
You got a tie up, and they're fighting for the ball on the ground after the whistle
Rhodey, the
blows.
sophomore. I like it, man. Being scrappy.
Yep. 28-9. A tie up. Does he call a timeout again?
We got quick timeout. Let's just stay here, Danny.
Yep.
Jimmy, I tell you, really like what they're doing. I think football league's got a lot to do with it. Tommy Purgie and Central's football players look much quicker to the ball. very aggressive offensively, playing man-to-man, solid defense. I'd like to see Toronto try and get Benton down on the block here, but they're doing a great job defensively, Central and offensively, getting the breakout, getting easy buckets, and going to the boards well.
Quick hands, lots of turnovers. The other thing on the offensive end, Central's just killing them on the one-on-one. They're just beating them. Up full court man-to-man press Toronto. Getting it in to Rhodey bringing it up. Back to Bradley. Over to Bolster. Driving on Benson. Nice into Hickey, and he gets fouled coming up on the pass. So
gotta shoot that, Jimmy.
But it's a 5th foul already, right? Number 5, 2-shotter. Let's see. Is that a 4? Nope, 2 shots. Wow, 5
Number
fouls
3
already.
called on 3, huh? Dickinson. Dickinson second.
Hickey, the transfer from Cleveland. Haven't seen a Franciscan game. You said his 2 brothers really can score the rock, huh?
Oh yeah, they both graduated, but Sean Hickey a couple years ago became the 2nd all-time leading scorer as Hickey makes his first attempt.
Nice roll, soft, front of the rim. That time nothing but net. 30-9. Over to Baker with a long 3 and way short. So good defense. Out to Rook. Driving to the hole and blocked that time by Benton. Baseball pass to Baker. Head of the pack, lays it in.
There you go.
Nice pass by Baker Benton on a breakaway by Baker. We got a foul and another 2 points. That foul, Raymond's going to be on Ensel. 2 shots for the Crusaders. And I think it's Rhodey going to the line.
And I tell you, can't say enough about the quickness of the Crusaders and what they've shown tonight. Quicker to the ball, quicker up court, quicker feet defensively.
Quick hands. Rhodey's shot, a little bit long, doesn't get the roll. As in comes number 22, Henry, who hit that 3-pointer, right? And Purgie. Up again, Rhodey. This time nothing but net. 31-11 Central. Top of the key, Baker looking for another 3. Long. Purgie got a breakaway with Brook, didn't see him. Bolster's going to take a long 3, but airballs it out of bounds. 31-11. So Fair bringing it up. Over to Henry. On top to Dickinson, driving one-on-one. Nice help by Rhodey, but he picks up a blocking foul, I think. Let's see if it's on Rhodey. It is.
I'll tell you, nice take there by Dickinson. Really aggressive going to the basket. Foul on Rhodey. His first, team second. Dickinson.
Around the rim and out. Can't get a break. Dickinson.
I think Toronto will be better served, though, going to the hole, Jimmy. They haven't done anything outside.
I agree. Missed again by Dickinson. Rook almost threw it to Hickey, who was open. Rhodey, Hickey in the corner, driving baseline, blocked by Benton. Over to Baker, looking for a break. Stopped there by Rhodey. Benton into the corner. Back on top, Baker with a long 3. Bingo!
There it is. It's electric.
Bingo by Baker, long 3, 31-14 Crusaders. Purgie beating this man-to-man. He's got a layup if he wanted it, but threw it inside to Hickey. He got a jump ball almost, but Benton takes it away. Benton doing a good job on the defensive end. Baker gets fouled by Rook. It'll be a possession foul as number 11, Buchanan, comes in, and Long is going to come back. Well, he was coming in, and he went back to the bench. Long coming in. So the Crusaders up by 17, approaching the 2-minute mark of the first half. Toronto's finally hit a couple long 3s, but they've been long. Fair got a set play over to Baker. into Benton. I like that, Ray.
That's where it got to be right there,
Up
Jimmy.
and in on Purgie. Nice spin move.
That's where he got to be.
Full court pressure. Crusaders beat it easily. And Bolster gets a 2-footer near the bucket. 33-16 Central.
Bolster, nice recovery there.
Fair inside, but good hands by Bolster going coast to coast. He's got a layup if he wants it. He stops for a 2-footer. Around the rim and out. Purgie with a rebound. Kicked away by Baker. Recovered by Long at the top of the key. Over to Rook. He's going to shoot the 10-footer. He's short. And a rebound to Toronto, and Fair gets fouled.
Tommy Purgie got to put the ball back, Jimmy. I mean, he got the ball down here close. He got to go straight back up with it. No need for him to bring it down or throw it out.
Possession foul. Winters in.
Who's that foul on?
I'm thinking, I'm not sure if it was Rhodey or not, that there was 2 people there. They don't put it up on the scoreboard. I missed that one, but I think it was Rhodey. On top, over.
4 1/4.
Over to Baker on the top of the key. He's going to shoot another long 3. He thought he got fouled, no call. Rebound inside by Fair, but it's kicked out of his hands.
Rhodey did a heck of a job defensively, knocking the ball
without
fouling.
Yep. Toronto with a nice out-of-bounds set play there, but recovered by Long quickly. Over to Baker, looking for a shot. He's still going to take it. 3 ball, no good. Not high percentage shots. Must have hit the top of the bucket, I guess.
Jimmy, I don't know if I like that, Jimmy. I mean, you're down.
Yeah, I want a more higher percentage shot, yep.
I mean, like, why be in a hurry? Let's get something, better high percentage shot in the Benton in the middle.
Toronto not shy on the 3. There's Rook for a 3. Bang!
It's electric. Benji Rook with the 3 ball.
36-16. We're under a minute. Fair over to Benton at the top of the key. Purgie on him. Back door. Nice pass. Inside, and number 5, Baker, gets fouled going to the hole.
The foul on Rhodey.
Hickey's going to come back in, probably for, well, we're not sure yet, but probably for Rhodey. Can't come in till the second one.
Baker at the line. He's got 5 points this quarter. He's trying to get unglued. Makes a foul shot.
Beautiful. Nothing but net.
Trying to get going, Jimmy. Baker's really trying to get going.
Hickey in for Long. If I was Central, I would try to hold for 1 here.
Oh, yeah.
Baker up. Baker in. 36-18. Toronto with a token press will Bolster. Rook over to Bolster. A long 3. Short. I didn't want that shot if I'm them.
That's a push on Tommy Purgie.
I think that was a shot that Danny Ogden probably wouldn't want it. And now it's going to be 2 shots again for the Red Knights.
Yeah, Tommy Purgie caught out of position there. Had no opportunity for a rebound, and he pushed. Too obvious.
At number 11, Austin Buchanan, a sophomore, at the line for 2. So Sean Tucker moving people in and out quite a bit. (36-19) as that goes in. We got Chase Heckathorn. I thought he was on the injured list, the paper said, but he's in the game for Benton. And 36, it stays 19, and we're going to get a foul. And that's going to be on Heckathorn on the rebound over the back. So with 28 seconds to go, and the Crusaders up 17, Rhodey's going to go back to the line for 2. He's been pretty active. He's the only
1 for 2, absolutely. 1 for 2 from the foul line. Done a lot defensively.
Up and in. 37-19. I think he's the only sophomore I have on this roster dressing right now. All the rest are juniors and seniors. Rhodey short. Nope, right down the hole. 38-19. 25 seconds, Toronto. Cross court over to Baker. Screen by Fair. He goes in. Alley-oops, no good. Over to number 22. And that was Henry for a short little 5-footer. 38-21 as Bolster brings it up. Crusaders need to hold for 1. 7 seconds. Rook on top. Over to Baker, or Bentley, I mean. Bradley, and no good at the buzzer. So Toronto with a little bit of offense here in that second quarter after a bad first quarter. 38-21 the Crusaders at the half. We'll be back after these messages.
Back here, Coach Ogden. Great first half, Coach. Got to be happy. Appreciate your time. You know, you guys look quick to the ball, quick rebounding. I loved your man-to-man defense. Did a nice job, Coach.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, I thought we did play a good first half. The only criticism I had of our guys was, you know, we got a lead and we're coming down firing shots, not working the offense, being patient, looking for a better shot. We can get those shots anytime we want them, but they're low percentage shots. So, you know, we just got to come out in this half and play like we're down 17. So.
I like the attitude, Coach. Don't want to keep you. Thanks for coming, buddy.
All right.
We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. That's Don Ogden there, Berryman Chemicals halftime report. We appreciate all our sponsorships. Got to hear from Franciscan, the rink at Franciscan Square, our newest sponsor, with an added addition to the city of Steubenville, and Franciscan making a big improvement there in that whole thing. Jimmy, halftime stats, Benji Rook with 9 for the Crusaders, Evan Long 6, Daniel Boster 9, Purgie with 4, Andrew Rohde with 3, Camden Bradley 2, Ryan Hickey 2. Everybody contributing, Jimmy. Big first half for the Crusaders, but you know what? You got to play good when you're in the lead, Jimmy.
Yeah, I wouldn't look for Toronto to fade here. Let's see, pretty much the same starting lineups, except for, I think same starting lineups for both teams. Toronto with the ball, top of the key as we start the third quarter. Crusaders up by 17. Baker into Benton. There's what you wanted, Ray.
Absolutely, that's where to go. That's how you start it.
And
that's
Crusaders
how you start your
beat
comeback.
The press. Benton stops the fast break into Purgie. I think he got fouled by Benton, and he did. So he'll shoot 2 as Central's up 38-23. Should tell you that we will be at Indian Creek to do the girls' game next Thursday with Martins Ferry. And then we'll be at Weirton next Friday doing Harrison Central at Weirton. Tomorrow there's a game up at Franciscan, girls and boys. It'll both be on the air, right, Ray? Starting at what time?
4 o'clock ladies, 6 o'clock men's as they take on Chatham. Purgie gets 1 out of 2.
We got Carafa coming up. The Baker. Picked by Benton, trying to go inside. Benton out front. Carafa on top. I think they're going to try to get that ball inside, Ray, to Benton if they can.
Well, they got to take their time, Jimmy. They got to. There you
There's
go.
a lob into Benton.
Absolutely.
And around and in. Alley-oop lob into Benton.
Absolutely. That's what you're looking for.
Double team that time. Couldn't stop him. 39-25. So Toronto's as close as they've been for a while. Still down 14 with that bad first quarter. A block by Carafa, but right back to Rook. Into Purgie. Lays it up and in. So he got a block, but it went right back to Rook and inside to Purgie. Carafa top of the key. Over to Baker.
Toronto got to consistently take their time, Jimmy.
Yep.
Find Benton. Move Benton.
Don't be in a hurry here. If the 3 presents itself, fine, but I thought they forced some and had some really long-range 3 attempts. There's one by Baker, pretty far out again. And Bolster with a rebound, no good. Brings it up the court quickly over to Rook. Rook on the top of the key, picked by Purgie over to Long. Long top of the key, both teams still man-to-man the whole game, quarter court. Long driving over to Bolster. Double teamed in a corner and tied up. Good defense.
Absolutely.
That time by Dickinson and Baker, but the ball's going to stay with the Crusaders up by 16.
Toronto got frustrated here offensively when Baker took that 3. You got to just take your time and get the ball inside. That's your bucket right there.
Backcourt to Long, top of the key, 6-minute mark, third quarter. 16-point lead for Central. Bolster on the pick, driving over to Purgie. Purgie being patient, now driving to the hole. Benton swats at it, makes Purgie alter, and we get a quick jump ball.
Wow.
Maybe a little too quick, but still going to stay with Toronto. Benton had the rebound. Purgie had a hand in there. So 16. Score of interest, Ray, in the first quarter. New Mexico State 7. Liberty, undefeated Liberty 7. That's for a championship. Oregon, Washington will be later tonight. Baker with a 3. Bingo from the top. That time a good screen. He had some distance there from long. So 41-28. We didn't think Toronto was going to go away. Purgie, he might have walked. I think he did walk, Rook did. And he's going to get a foul on Baker on a reach.
This third quarter brought to you by the Franciscan University of Steubenville. Jimmy talked about them. We'll be there for a doubleheader tomorrow night against Chatham. Tip-off for the ladies at 4.
Inside to Rook. Stopped by Benton and stepped on the line. Benton with some pressure. So this quarter's belonged to Toronto. Central up by 13. Toronto looking to cut it to 11 or even 10 on a three-pointer. Into Baker.
If they get into single digits, Jimmy, they'll be in business.
Baker, and again, I'd go inside 2 to Benton if I could. Again, if the 3 presents itself, fine. Benton, a running shot there that time by Carafa, no good. Off of Benton's hands over to Purgie, who's looking to fly coast to coast, has numbers. Rook on the baseline, back to Purgie, nice. Beautiful.
Benji Rook with a nice assist there. Tommy Purgie with 5 in the quarter.
Crusaders get up and down and off of Baker's hands, out of bounds. 43-28. Central's ball is Toronto picking up full court. Baker, a little bit of token defense, still man-to-man.
Central got ball handlers in the game with Rook, Long, and Bolster.
And they got some speed and quickness. They get up and down the court. Purgie, top of the key, driving left. Over to Rook. Bradley driving, 4-footer, bingo. Nothing but nets.
Camden Bradley having a nice game at 6.
Henry about the report for Toronto as Carafa brings it up.
Ensel,
three-pointer.
It's
lefty.
electric.
Baker hit it off a Long. Might have been some contact. No foul. Long wanted a foul. And 45-31 as Toronto really needed that. You got Henry in the game for Toronto. Little full court token press. Toronto backs off. Down 14. Toronto probably needs to try to close it to single digits by the end of this quarter, Ray. Inside, beautiful pass to Purgie, but Benton too much, blocked it out of bounds.
I agree.
Nice give and go.
They're going to face guard him here. Coach Tucker telling him face guard. He's face guarding everybody. Don't want the ball in defensively. Got it too easy.
Yep. Bolster driving Long inside to Bradley, who fumbles the ball. Might have had a layup. Purgie with a little 3-footer. Bingo.
Tommy Purgie asserting himself at 7 in the quarter.
47-31 Crusaders. Carafa over to Dickinson. Top to Benton. Thought about it. Didn't take the shot. Cross court to Henry. Timeout Tucker. And we'll take it with us, huh, Ray?
Absolutely.
47-31 Central. We'll be back.
At Trinity Health System, we have a profound respect and awe for all creation. We are motivated by the words of Christ to be his hands and heart to those in need. Our doctors, nurses, and staff are driven by selfless performance, combining our expertise with the technology to bridge the gap to healthier communities. Healthcare isn't just about healing, it's about human dignity. Trinity Health System, inspired by faith, serving you with distinction.
We're back, 37-31. Toronto made a little bit of a run, but the Crusaders have bolstered back out to that 16-point lead, Ray.
Jimmy, just not consistent enough offensively, Toronto. You know, Benton got to go block to block. He's a load in there. Going to get Bradley and Tommy Purgie in trouble. I don't want to see him out on the perimeter.
Toronto to inbounds. Baker over to Carafa, back to Baker. Crusaders look like they're in a zone now. 1-2-2 zone.
How you like that?
Nice wrinkle by Donnie Ogden, and the shot's no good, but hit out by.
Oh my!
I thought it was by Long. So did Sean Tucker. They're going to give it to Central.
Oh,
so I think Central got a break on that one, as Hickey's going to report in for Long. Toronto picking up full court again. It's just been token most of the quarter.
They got to do it, Jimmy. They got to force something. When their offense is lacking, you got to force play with your defense.
Rook, great ball handling behind the back. Over
Benji Rook, great field leader.
Purgie on the wing. Spin move, trying to get in. Too much dribble in there, but back to Purgie, and he gets fouled. Third foul, I think. So possession. Crusaders under their own bucket with Bolster triggering in. Central up by 16. Over to Hickey. Is it going to go back to Bolster? On the screen it is, but he's covered up. Rook driving, stopping. Over to Bradley. Driving. Good shot fakes. Corner wide open is Hickey. No good. Benton with an easy rebound.
Central looked good on that possession, Jimmy, even though they didn't score. They moved the ball well.
Got a wide open.
Oh, my.
Ensel, no good. Long three. Here's a long three by Rook, and that's a banger.
That's electric. The electric go on that three ball by Benji Rook.
50-31 Central as Carafa walks it up. Again, Central in a 1-2-2 and a turnover. Here goes Hickey in for a layup, and it's good. At middle's where you got to go inside here on this zone. And Hickey mugged Baker, I think. No, he mugged Dickinson, but only the first team foul, I think, of the Crusaders, as Long comes back in, and so does Fair for Toronto. So Central with a nice move going into that zone off the timeout. Toronto having a little trouble with that. Adjusting.
Took their rhythm away, Jimmy.
It did. Toronto with an inbounds into Benton, and he got fouled. I think it's Rook, but let's see. Bradley was there too. Benji Rook, second foul of the quarter. Minute 44, Central up by 21 after a good first quarter, up 20-4.
That's Rook's third foul.
There's a backdoor, not there. Ensel over to Baker. Driving inside and getting mugged there is Dickinson. He'll go to the line for two as Bolster gets him.
Dickinson going to shoot two here. Trying to get on track. Just not much scoring for the Red Knights. Hit 2 threes this third quarter. But Benton started out the quarter, Jimmy, on 2 layups inside.
Yeah, Dickinson still struggling today. Well, I'm sure the Red Knights will be fine. No one expected this today, I don't think, Ray.
Well, I didn't expect the quickness that Central showed. I'll tell you, they look quick. Dickinson makes the second one.
52-32, up by 20. Full court press, easily beaten. Rook behind the back. Top of the key. Crusaders need to be patient here, up 20. As Long drives it in, throws it away. Donnie Ogden not happy. Where are you going? Here, we got the lead there, huh?
Down 20 in this third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by the Franciscan University of Steubenville. 1:22 to go, and Central has maintained this nice cushion.
They're back man-to-man after the timeout. They came back man-to-man to stop that rhythm. Just a token 1-2-2 for a couple minutes really did hurt the Red Knights. Top of the key, Baker open, shoots, and Long Nice box out by Bradley on Benton, and Purgie comes away with it. Coast to coast, into long, over for a corner three. Bingo!
It's electric.
And that's Bolster in the corner. 55-32. Fair into Baker. Might have traveled to the hole. Short. Purgie taking it coast to coast. Now slowing it up. If I'm Central, I might hold for one here with 35 seconds and up 23 points into Purgie. I don't think you needed that shot there. Well covered. Fair. Over to Dickinson. Wide open three. Still no good. He can't buy one. And Rook's not going to slow it down. Stops, pops, no good. Benton with a rebound. We got a foul, I believe, on Bolster.
Going to be on Daniel Bolster.
Going the other way. Still possession. Crusader fourth foul. Sean Tucker's looking like he's going to put in 5 new subs at the quarter. Not very happy with the Toronto offensive.
Well, Central's played well enough to maintain the lead.
Carafa outside to Fair, and I'd still hold for one. They better start it here with 5 seconds. Baker one-on-one behind the back. Throws it to Fair in the corner. Throws it up wildly and no good. So after 3, the Crusaders extend their lead to 23 points. 55-32. We'll be back after these messages. We're back. 55-32 Central as Toronto has put in some subs. We've got Winters in there, Fair's in there. Number 23 Grimes is in. 22 Henry. And number 11, I believe, is Buchanan. Central's got the ball. They should be patient, even though they don't want to, slow it down. They want to be aggressive still, but patient. We got a foul, an offensive foul on
Tommy Purgie. I'm going to tell you something right now, Jimmy. You made a great statement right there. Just in the fact of you want to slow it down, Jimmy, but you still want to play basketball.
You don't want to lose your aggressiveness.
Yeah, you don't. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what you have to do if you're the Crusaders. You got to play good with the lead.
Toronto at top of the key. That's Buchanan. Long three-pointer. That's no good by Henry. And the Crusaders, Rhodey comes with a rebound over to Long. Toronto still in the man-to-man, a little more aggressive than they were early on. Bolster into Rook, beautiful underhand scoop, in and foul.
Benji Rook works on his game, I know that.
Foul was on Fair, 57-32 as Rook is going to shoot one. He's been a starter since his freshman year.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful rotation. 58-32, nothing but net. Fair over to Winters, long three, no good. Rhodey with a break, the Bolster in and blocked, and no foul called. I think that was a nice block that time by Buchanan. Got all ball, although Bolster went to the ground. Crusaders will take it underneath their bucket at the 7-minute mark, up 26. Over to Rook, wide open. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Toronto with a rebound. Fair up, bringing it up. Looking back door, not there. On top to Henry. Henry needs some help. Over to Fair in the corner. Driving baseline. Tries to lay it up and in. No good. Too far under the bucket. Purgie with a lead to Long, but too far and out of bounds.
What a great advantage that is, Jimmy, when you get a guy like Tommy Purgie that can rebound and push the ball out by himself, take away that outlet. When your big men can dribble the ball, it's a beautiful thing to run a fast break with.
And he can get it down on the dribble as quick as many people can run.
Absolutely.
Without the ball. Fair on top, calling out a play against Central's man-to-man. Toronto in with 5 subs, Raymond. And a bad pass there is going to go out of bounds to the Crusaders.
I think that Coach Tucker is very, very distraught right now on the play. The lack of offensive scoring by his team.
And nice defense that time by Toronto, but Long comes up with it. Rhodey driving baseline. Nice shot, no good. Purgie with a rebound, up and in. 60-32. Fair bringing it up for Toronto.
Tommy Purgie very active on both. Boy, and the steal.
Winters gets it stole by Purgie to the hole, and underneath the bucket it goes back to Winters. Fair, nice outlet that time, and Henry lays it up and in on the breakaway. 60-34. Here comes Rook with a breakaway. He lays it up and in. Benji Rook for two. So coast to coast we go. 62-34. The Crusaders. Henry with a long three, around, in and out. Bolster going coast to coast, into the lane, over to Rook, wide open for a three, not this time. And Rhodey hits it out of bounds, belonging to Toronto. So we're gonna get number 32, Heckathorn in. And for the Crusaders for the first time, looks like Matt Sprockeye in there, Raymond.
Matthew Sprockeye, Herbie Sprockeye's grandson.
Crusaders with a token man-to-man press. There's Henry. And off his hands, that was Heckathorn, off his hands, tried to throw it in, hit the back of the backboard, back to Central, as Purgie will inbounds, up by 28, 62-34.
Had Rook on the cut.
Hickey, top of the key, inside to Purgie. Nice pass that time from Rhodey, over to Rook. No good, rebound Toronto. Number 15, Fair, does a good job looking for the break and missed the layup, but a nice rebound by 22 Henry. A three ball by Fair, no good, as Rhodey knocks it away, and the Crusaders come up. Rook
They
looking to take it
continue to
in.
run, my goodness.
And a no good around the other side of the rim on the layup. Double teaming the Crusaders there. They were double teaming that time. Hickey. And Toronto, I think, kicked it out of bounds. Still the Crusader ball. We're going to have a timeout. Central up 62-34. We'll
High Valley Sports Online. We'll be right back.
When you need electrical work, get it done right by the most qualified electrical contractors and tradesmen around. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. IBEW 246, trained to electrify.
Attorney Adam Martello is your one call for DUI defense, probate, and estate planning. He also can provide real estate expertise plus general civil litigation. Call Attorney Adam Martello today at 740-317-0193. The Martello Law Office is located on Fernwood Road in Wintersville. Attorney Adam Martello is your one call for legal assistance. 740-317-0193.
We're back here, Mickey Barber, Jim, High Valley Sports Online. Ray Suckarch along with Jimmy DiCarlo and Danny Vogel spinning the dials. I want to remind everybody we will be at Franciscan tomorrow on air at about 3:45 as the Lady Barons take on Chatham. The men's go at 6.
Crusaders inbounds to Rook, top of the key. Over to Purgie. Sprockeye in the corner. Rook on the weed. Shot no good. Rebound by number 32, Heckathorn. Up floor to Buchanan. Over to Fair in the corner. No good shot that time by Grimes. So Toronto with 5 subs, Central with 3 starters in the game. Rook, well, 2 starters, Rook and Purgie. As Hickey comes off the bench, has the ball now at the top of the key. Looking over for Sprockeye. Sprockeye over to Rook. Driving coast inside, double teamed, off the rim, no good to Toronto.
Benji Rook missing a lot of shots he should be making within 10 foot in. I know he's mad at himself.
Donnie Ogden with another substitution. That's for Catholic Central, Zach Bryan in for the first time. Up by 28, under 4 minutes to go. We look for Central to clear their bench here too, with Toronto playing their second team. Fair on top, nice pick there by number 22, Henry. Back to Henry, three-pointer, no good. And Hickey with a rebound, kicked out of bounds by Toronto. Well, wait a minute. Say it goes off of Hickey. It's going to go to the Red Knights as big number 40 comes in. 6'5" junior, Colby Owen. Fair at the top of the key. Cross court there to number 23, Grimes. Winters on top again. This time, Henry bangs it. That's a three.
That's an electric-o three ball.
25-point lead, Crusaders. Out of control, the Crusaders turning over. Henry bringing it up, taking its time under control. Stopped by Winters. Beautiful shot by Buchanan. Another three. As Toronto picking up full court. Might have been some contact there. They finally called a foul. I believe that's on Buchanan, the number 11. So with 2:47 to go, Central's up by 22. Toronto really putting the pressure on these Catholic Central JV players, most of them. Hickey got the ball all over Hickey. Double team. There's going to be a layup inside by Winters, and the Crusaders might need a timeout as they throw it back court to Sprockeye, over to Hickey, trying to double him. He gets by. Inside to the big guy. He muffs it and misses the layup.
Oh, big man.
Grimes bringing it up. Over to Heckathorn. That's got to be a block. Good call by the official. Possession. Toronto down by 20.
That's Rody's fourth foul.
He's going to give him two, Raymond. I didn't think it was a shooting foul, but. So Heckathorn to the line, shooting two. First one up and good.
What a way to get started here, Jimmy. A great start for the Crusaders. The first of many games in the High Valley Sports Online. Going to bring you.
They're going to bring Long back into the game to bring the ball up the floor. Heckathorn, good again. Cut it to 18. Get it to Long. See if he can get it up. They had a hard time. They're doubling him. Finds the open guy, and they get it across. Crusaders need to be patient here. They've had a bunch of turnovers here recently with some of these younger guys in. Long up top, taking his time. Over to Sprockeye in the corner. Double team. Back to Long. Taking his time. Top of the key. Rody over to Long. Keep away right now. Good job by Donnie Ogden. Over to Rody. Toronto's trying to get all over the place. Double when they can. Rody at the top.
Young kids are moving the ball well.
Yep. Long at the top, taking his time. Minute and a half to go. Long driving over to number 13, who's got a nice shot that time. That was Brian, who missed off the rim. Toronto, Buchanan takes a three, and no good. Off the rim, 1:20 to go, 62-44. Donnie Ogden's going to call a timeout to get a sub in for the Crusaders.
This fourth quarter brought to you by Brad Pavlik, Barrel Ford and Toyota.
Raymond, I got these off the internet. Number 3 in for the Crusaders. Who's that? Do you have a number 3?
That's Caleb Bear.
Bear?
B-I-E-R.
Okay. So 62-44 Central, as both teams have emptied the bench. Except for Long, who's in to handle the rock. Long at the top of the key, double team, gets through that, and he shoots a three-pointer, which he didn't need to there. And Fair comes away with a rebound. Donnie Ogden not too happy with that shot, I don't think. Cross court, going to have a wide open three for Grimes, but it comes up short. Rebound and missed layup that time by Buchanan. Heckathorn with a rebound. Toronto getting a bunch of boards here. Back inside, turnaround jumper, no good. Fair, and he banks it home finally. 62-46 as Toronto crashed the boards for about 4 offensive rebounds, and the Crusaders throw it away. So 62-46, we're at the 41-second mark.
Got to be really, really happy with the effort that the Crusaders have given tonight in the opener, just opening up a season. And Toronto going to go back, take a look at the film, make some adjustments. But, Jimmy, they just didn't get untracked offensively.
They're going to be all right. Sean
Yep.
Tucker's a great coach. He'll have them ready. Fair stepped on the baseline as he was coming through trying to drive, and it's going to go back to Central. 24 seconds to go. Yeah, you got to be happy if you're the Crusaders. They've got some tough games early in the year. I know next week they're playing at Big Red for one of the games, and they've got some bigger schools early. Long trying to dribble it out behind his back court, gets it over to number 11. That's Matt Sprockeye. Back to Long, and he gets bumped, no foul. Long, get the ball down in the corner to Rhodey. Over on top to Long, he's just going to hold it for the last 3 seconds. So the final score not indicative. The Crusaders win by 16 and had a much bigger lead throughout the game. We'll be back after these messages for the final stats.
Halftime is sponsored by Berryman Chemicals in memory of Eleanor and Douglas Red Naylor, supporting area youth since 1960 through academic and sports scholarships, mentorship, and community spirit. Good luck to all area teams from Berryman Chemicals.
Do you want a plush green lawn? Who doesn't? Call Bradley Lawnscape and Sons today. They do lawn fertilizing, getting your year-round healthy grass. And they control weeds. No dandelions, crabgrass, clover, or other undesirable weeds. Bradley Lawnscape and Sons. Better results guaranteed. BradleyLawnscapes.com, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
Are you looking for a trusted name in residential and commercial real estate? Look no further than Cedar One Realty. Our team of dedicated professionals is here to help you find your dream home or the perfect commercial property. With years of experience and a deep knowledge of the local market, we're the experts you can trust. Cedar One is a full-service brokerage that handles residential, commercial, property management and storage units. Call us today to schedule a consultation and see how we can help you achieve your real estate goals. Cedar One has over 60 agents serving the Ohio Valley. Cedar One Realty, leading the Valley in residential and commercial real estate. Visit us online at cedaronerealty.com or stop by our office in Wintersville today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Corey Winjet, financial advisor and a partner of the RWN Group at Baird, Private Wealth Management located at 200 Stanton Boulevard, Suite 40, Steubenville. Call Corey Winjet at 740-2825024. A proud supporter of Ohio Valley student athletes and Ohio Valley Sports Online.
Do you have a fence that has seen better days? How about a new privacy fence? You probably could use a perimeter fence to keep Fido from wandering off. Call Edwards Fence Company now. They do all types of fence projects and have over 20 years of experience. Wood, chain link, vinyl, split rail, aluminum. Call today for a free estimate. Edwards Fence Company, 740-632-8403. Needless to say, you're going to need a new fence around your new swimming pool too. Call Edwards Fence Company today, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
We're back. Catholic Central winning their home opener 62-46 over the Toronto Red Knights. The Crusaders jumped out to a 20-4 lead in the first quarter. Never looked back, rolling to that 16-point win along the way. Crusaders did a really, really good job in that first quarter by beating the Toronto Red Knights one-on-one to the hole without some screens, even out-quicked them a little bit. And they also did a great job of a heck of a job on defense, helping out, keeping Benton off the floor. So we're going to turn it over to Ray for the final thoughts and scoring. And again, a good night here for Catholic Central. We both think Toronto will be fine. They're well coached. They got a good team, and they're going to get a lot of wins also.
I'll tell you something, Jimmy. I can't tell you how impressed I am with the Crusaders. I mean, I know it's only the first game, but I'll tell you something, as a coach, you want to come out and play like that in the opener. You know, Toronto, they're going to be fine down the road. They got a veteran team. You know, I don't think they got their basketball legs yet due to their extended football season. But Central really look good, and you got to expect that. Both teams with high expectations this year, simply because they got a what you call a veteran team. And by that I mean kids that have played more than 2 years, 1 year. They got 3-year starters. I mean, you got to expect something like that. Evan Long, nice floor game for him, was 3 for 5 from the foul line with the three-pointer, had 6 points. Benji Rook, big game for Benji, 1 for 1 from the foul line, 2 3-pointers. He had 20. Daniel Bolster, 2 for 2 from the foul line, ended up with 12, also hit a 3-ball, an electric it's electric 3-ball. Tommy Purgie had 13. Andrew Rohde had 3. Camden Bradley, big game, his first start as a junior here, starting off the season, he had 7. And Ryan Hickey, the new kid from Cleveland, had 4. Got to be happy with the Crusaders in their offensive output. Nolan Dickinson had 3 points, had a bucket in the foul shot. Cameron Baker had 10. Austin Buchanan had 6. Brody Fair had a bucket for 2. Tanner Ensel hit an electric it's electric 3-ball for 3. Michael Henry had 2 electric 3-balls for 10. Landon Grimes had 2. Chase Hackathorn 2. And Caden Benton, Jimmy, which I wish they would have got him involved more down on the block, he had 9. From Mickey Barber Gym, it's a final. Crusaders 62, Toronto 46. This broadcast, as every broadcast, has been brought to you by Commissioner Eric Timmons, Crazy Mexican Restaurant, Poe Financial Services, State Farm Agent Casey Johnson, First Westminster Church, National Coal Oil Company, TS Electric, M&M Hardware, Water Transport, the Dunyasha Yates Family Foundation, Josephine's Carryout, Lancia Villa Royale, Friendly Tavern, Hauser's Furniture, Trinity Health System, Viking Social Poker Club, Lawson's Mulch and More, Steve's Fish and Chips, Tudor's Biscuit World, Marcino Enterprises, Economy Lawn Care, IBEW Local 246, Stickles Law Offices, Best Western at Franciscan Square, Cedar One Realty, Total Sports Connection, Franciscan University of Steubenville, Edge Sports, Electric it's electric, Hood's Pharmacy, Warnersville Trophy Shop, Uncle Johnny Delivers, Berryman Chemicals, Anthony Mining Company, Mario's Italian Restaurant, Corey Wingard Bear Wealth Management, Ohio Motor Group, Main Street Bank, Science Limited, Capital Recovery System, Barrel Ford, Barrel Toyota, Toronto Lanes, Steubenville Country Club, Apollo Restoration, the Rink at Franciscan Square, Valley Converting, Attorney Adam Martello, Dr. John Figgle, Fort Steuben Maintenance, Naples Spaghetti House, Route 22 Sports Bar, David Conrad, my man with the jumper, and Vince Oliver. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Vince. Phil's birthday today. Phil who? Phil Rook, my man, Phil Rook. Happy birthday. Thanks for telling us, Vince. I appreciate that. Our newest sponsor, the Rink at Franciscan Square. We got a chance to talk to Phil Rook today. It was great being here in the Mickey Barber Gym. Great opener for Danny Vogel, Jim DiCarlo. This is Ray Suckosh. We'll see you tomorrow on air at the Franciscan University, 345.